If I mess up, do I just stop, pause, and start again because we'll edit it, or is it uneditable?
It's a stream of consciousness. There's not really gonna be a mess up. So just if you need to read your notes, say I have notes here because I've compiled a lot of information for you as you introduce yourself and get to that first bullet point. But you're just introducing your name. You're not introducing your credentials until slide 5. So, and you can do this 10 times, these same talking points with these same slides and get 10 different presentations. So
you got it.
Let's just go with it. And we don't know anything. So just, be free, be you, stick to the script, but you have tons of wiggle room. So I'm going to,
turn me on, and an hour from now I'll be done. Half an hour better.
All right, and I'm gonna mute myself. Is there on your screen, Gordon, are you just seeing you when you talk?
I'm only seeing me now. You just disappeared.
Awesome. All right, I'm gonna mute myself, and it's already recording, so go at your leisure.
Okay, so we're going now, huh? What are yeast infections? Is it like mold? Is it like fungus? Well, yeast can affect the entire body, and it can cause problems starting in the gut or on your feet or even in your brain. So yeast is something we want to get under control, and especially in our gut. In fact, yeast infections are just a symptom of a deeper candida overgrowth. Now, the word candida I'm going to use here means yeast, and it means yeast that's growing inside your intestines, and I'll call that your gut or your digestive system. Now, inside your body, you've got these problems, and what happens is you've got literally trillions, I know nobody counts them, but trillions of bacteria and yeast. We ideally want 85% good bacteria to 15% bad bacteria and candida. It sounds weird, doesn't it, that we want some bad bacteria and we want some candida in our gut, but we need it to help break down some of the difficult proteins like meats in our body. However, when the gut experiences damage, which can happen in a very short amount of time at any age, the bad bacteria and candida can take over. We're going to talk about that in more detail here in a minute, about stress and about preservatives and about antibiotics. But when the scales of balance tip in favor of bad bacteria and candida, meaning we've got too much of this bad bacteria, it's called dysbiosis. When we have dysbiosis or bad bacteria and candida overgrowth, yeast infections are just one of the symptoms. Unfortunately, treating yeast infections directly is like putting a Band-Aid on a wound that desperately needs stitches. Or
Gordon, hey, I'm gonna stop for a second, because if you're gonna read,
yeah, I'm just reading right now.
I want you to make sure that you're prefacing in your introduction that you have in front of you notes. You can even show them. Take it off the magnet and show them. I have a bunch of notes here, so if you see me reading, forgive me. Make that empathetic connection. Show that you put a lot of time and energy into preparing this, and that this is deeply meaningful for you. And in that opening, instead of, it can be on, on your feet or in your gut, don't really get into that. Just say, hey, I'm Dr. Gordon Pedersen, and I have been researching the cause of the deeper cause of the health problems that we experience for the majority, if not the entirety of my career. And I've also invented new solutions to help with these new causes. Now, today I'm here to talk about yeast infections. Now, yeast infections can easily take over our lives. The symptoms can just seduce, wrong word, but seduce our attention. We're constantly thinking about the itchiness, the burning, the discharge. How long am I going to have to deal with this? Why does it keep coming back? Well, yeast infections are actually just a symptom of a deeper candida.
I'm already lost. Give me one sentence at a time.
Okay, so I went in, I just opened up, and then I went into the first bullet.
You got
So,
it.
Dr. Gordon Pedersen here, create some sort of emotional connection. Don't get too doctory yet, but these are people who are dealing with a problem, and they think the problem is the problem when the problem is just a symptom. So we want to have some compassion that they've been dealing with the wrong problem unknowingly, just in your tone. So open it up to that and just segue right into that first bullet, and also mention, I have a bunch of notes here. You can even show them. And so if you see me reading, forgive me, but I want to make sure I get everything covered.
You got it.
And otherwise, you're doing great.
Great time to just start again. It's good.
Yeah, I didn't want you to get too far. I just wanted to make sure and solve those things because they would have been an issue. But as long as we can nurture that in the beginning and have transparency, you're beautiful.
Good enough. I'm there.